Right, let's look at the economic calendar first. NFP week, Monday here, slow day, just ISM figures, nothing on Tuesday. FOMC minutes on Wednesday, so that's when we cut trading for the FOMC. As is, it was going to be, difficult price action, but cherry on top FOMC minutes, so just watch out for that. Thursday, again, a lot of news. Joel stated as well, so it's going to be a very eventful week. And obviously, the non-farm payroll coming out as well on Friday, which is here. So yeah, a lot of events. Quickly jumping down into the charts because my previous recording wasn't even recording, so I'm just going to quickly go over this one more time. Basically, it's a risk-on bias. Okay, dollar lower, everything else higher. Why? Look at the monthly close on the dollar. Okay, you have this big green candle as your order block here, and look at the DXY closing. Okay, so if I just take this, oh sorry, risk on. Okay, so we're looking for DXY to obviously melt, go down, and obviously everything else to do the opposite. So yes, we're closing right below that, so that's good. Okay, dropping down to weekly, fair value gap, weekly here. Look at the body here, staying within that. Okay, wick is obviously doing the damage here. That's fine, that's expected. Okay, but the body is where the narrative is derived from. Okay, I'm also liking the fact there's a little bit of a trend line phantom here. You know, think of it as if it's a jagged, if it's a smooth, edges tend to get jagged. Okay, even though it's not smooth, as it's not like straight like this horizontally, but diagonally, like it's very like it's basically what you want if you want to draw a trend line. It's really like neat, and they tend to not stay like that forever. Stop losses are going to be piled here. Spawning my annotations in. I think rate wise, I'm not too sure. Maybe the wick CE of this weekly candle, or the Nawag says fair valuation areas, or maybe a 4-hour, 1-hour fair value gap from CB on Friday. But draw wise, easy one here, low hanging fruit, previous monthly low. And if we get really animated, which we can, NFP week, this is the ultimate area we can get down to. And finish business here in this weekly fair value gap, monthly fair value gap, monthly low as well here. A lot of targets. Jumping down to a fiber chart. Again, I'm really liking the monthly close, sorry, which is in line with our risk on bias. Big black candle, bullish order block. Closing above that, good for a risk on bias. Weekly fair value gap, tiny wick, dipping its toe, closing above that, good for a risk on. Although we may use that as protraction going into this next week. And the ultimate goal is, the easy one is this. I'd spawn my annotations in, monthly high, and if we get really animated, which we can of course, NFP, equal highs, and maybe this area. But that's another monthly high as well. But we just have to aim for this, and that still would be enough as a weekly objective to look for. Cable, same story, big monthly fair value gap, order block here. Sorry, not order block. Well, it is an order block now, but it wasn't. But this candle was still being formed. But we closed decisively above that. Okay, and this order block here as well. Weekly candle closed off the fair value gap on the weekly, and we closed way above that. That's good for a bullish sign. Bit of a trend line liquidity here, not as clean as Dixie, but close enough. Protraction wise, maybe the low of this previous week, I'm not sure. But again, a lot of volatility injections this week, so yes, expect this to be taken. And maybe even this actually, the whole weekly fair value gap. So that's what my expectations are for this week. Thank you.